Hello, this is Miss Wright, and I am going to go over a part of Romeo and Juliet that was not in the film, and you need to get this detail right. So we are in Act 5, Scene 2. We are on page 763 through 764 of our text, and Friar Lawrence is speaking to another monk, a Franciscan monk, who was asked to go on an errand to take the letter to Romeo, explaining the friar's plan and that Romeo should come and meet Juliet in the tomb in 42 hours so that she would not be locked in that tomb with all the dead bodies all by herself. So the Friar John says, Holy Franciscan friar, brother Ho. Lawrence responds, This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome to Mantua. What says Romeo? Or, if his mind be writ, give me his letter. And remember, letters are a motif in this play. They don't have any cell phones. They don't have any other way of communicating over long distances but through letter and a speedy horse. And this becomes a plot complication when Romeo does not get the letter. So Friar John goes on to say, going to find a barefoot brother out, one of our order, to associate me, he means to go with me, here in this city visiting the sick, and finding him, the searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, and that's great context because we know that pestilence or the plague was a very real part of Elizabethan society, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed. So Friar John wanted another monk to go with him on this errand. The monk was visiting the sick, and they were both detained in a house where the plague was believed to be present. This took enough time, ate up enough time for the health ministers to figure out, oh, this person is sick, but not from the plague, that it now left Friar John with not enough time to take that note to Romeo. Friar Lawrence says, Who bare my letter then to Romeo? I could not send it, here it is again, nor get a message to bring it thee, so fearful were they of infection. So nobody wanted to take the letter to Romeo or bring the letter back to Friar Lawrence because people were afraid that Friar John did, in fact, get exposed to the plague. Friar Lawrence says, unhappy fortune. And whenever we see fortune, we think of fate, we think of destiny, we think of a force greater than Romeo and Juliet impacting the events of this play. So it's a type of clue as to one of the motifs. By my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge, or dear import, and the neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow, he means a crowbar, and bring it straight unto my cell. Friar John says, Brother, I'll go and bring it thee. Friar Lawrence says to himself, Now I must to the monument, meaning the sepulchre, the burial tomb, within 3 hours. That's how much time got eaten up. So if you subtract 3 from 42, 39 hours has gone by and Romeo still hasn't gotten the letter. Within 3 hours, fair Juliet wake, and she bestrew me much that Romeo had no notice of these accidents. But I will write again to Mantua, and keep her in my cell till Romeo come. Poor living corse, closed in a dead man's tomb. So Lawrence plans to go to the tomb because Juliet will awaken in 3 hours and must be rescued. He will hide her until Romeo comes for her. That's what he's hoping to do. All right, so this was not in the film. The film made it look like Romeo's servant passed the friar who was walking slowly on the way to Mantua, and that's why Romeo did not get the note from Friar Lawrence. So make sure you have the right information and go to these pages, read them for yourself, do your annotating, and by now you should have way more than the minimum requirement for annotating. So try to get some extra credit points by doing additional pages. All right. As always, you guys are awesome. Shout out to my 7th period class. You have been tremendous. And please comment, give a like, or subscribe if you haven't already done so. And this only took 6 minutes. I will see you back in class. Bye-bye.